Devon Larratt versus Evgeny Prudnik. Today, we are going to try to figure out who will win this match. Hey Larratt, dummy Larratt, I will castrate you. A few years ago at WAL 501, Devon Larratt faced Todd Hutchings, and ultimately, he had to use the King's move to defeat him. In the last round, he did pin him without the King's move, but regardless, the first two, he needed to use it to wear him down. Most recently, Devon had a practice pull with Toddzilla, and Todd couldn't really do much with him. Devon didn't need the King's move at all. He simply just let Todd work, and then he caught him in one spot, and Todd couldn't move from that spot at all. This version of Devon was preparing for Levon. He was heavier and a lot stronger, which is why Todd couldn't do anything with him. Evgeny Prudnik recently arm wrestled Todd Hutchings at the East versus West 4 event. And the first two pins he got on Todd were really fast. Todd couldn't do anything. But then when it finally got to the straps, Evgeny let Todd do his thing, but then he easily put him down to the pad. And because of this, Todd Hutchings stated later that Prudnik has the hand of John and the power of Dave Chafee. When Devon was preparing for Levon, he also trained with Matt Mask for about a week. He wasn't at full strength yet, but he was notably stronger than when him and Matt last practiced, and especially when they pulled in WAL. Devon was much stronger. At the East versus West 3 event, Evgeny Prudnik arm wrestled Matt Mask, and unlike with Devon, Matt didn't really seem to be making Evgeny work. If anything, I think Evgeny would say, "Well, I played with him like baby." Strengths and weaknesses for Devon. We'll start with the weaknesses. Really, the main one is he doesn't do well with speed. This can be seen many times when he's arm wrestled Travis Bagent. This screenshot is from a left-handed match. But, yeah, when the opponent's really fast, they can just get him before he can do anything. On the flip side, though, when Devon does stop you, you're pretty much fucked. This man has endurance for days, weeks. Like, seriously, what the hell? His practices consist of pulling multiple different people for hours on end. And then he'll do it the next day and the next day. You know, this was part of his training with Matt Mask. He does this all the time. He'll just go places, arm wrestle for 3 hours nonstop, different people, and yeah. So this is definitely his biggest pro, as well as the fact that he's extremely versatile. Now we go to Evgeny Prudnik. The dude is also very versatile. You know, when he arm wrestled Artem Morozov in round 1, Morozov wanted to go into a top roll, but Prudnik said, "No, we go in hook." So then they went into a hook, and Prudnik beat him. And I was talking about speed a minute ago. Prudnik is extremely fast. When he arm wrestled Toddzilla, those first 2 rounds just took him out easily. Didn't even give Todd a chance to work. But for his weakness, he's never dealt with the King's move, and that's something he's going to be facing at this event. So who wins this match? Well, here's where it gets complicated. If we go based on similar matchups, then on paper, Evgeny should win. But we have to remember that when Devon faced Toddzilla and Matt Mask, this was a few years ago, 2018, 2019. He was not as strong then as he is now. And I'm well aware that Devon got an injury against Levon, and I'm well aware that when he faced Levon, that was the strongest he's ever been. So strong that Levon said that Devon was number 2 on the planet that day. But, speaking of number 2, John Brzezinski thinks current Devon is number 2 in the world. That's right, the injured Devon. They met up, they pulled, and yeah, John was very impressed. But going back to when Devon practiced with Matt Mask earlier this year, you know, it seemed like he was struggling. And so if you go off that, you know, a stronger Devon, who Matt Mask confirmed is stronger, it does look like Evgeny wins this, but here's the thing. As I mentioned earlier in this video, Devon hadn't peaked out yet. He wasn't at full strength. And there's a good chance that this injured Devon is stronger than that Devon that was practicing with Matt. That being said, I and other people think that Devon, because it was practicing, he was letting Matt go, letting Matt start, and he was practicing, you know, defending. He's getting a workout, you know, so I don't think Devon was starting. Devon wasn't trying to attack. He was letting Matt go, and he was catching him. And if Devon catches Prudnik, we know that Prudnik's never dealt with the King's move, so Devon should be able to bleed him out and win this. Granted, we know that Devon has met with Evgeny very recently, before this match was even announced. And they practiced, and Devon was giving him tips on how to counter the King's move. Was that the biggest mistake in the world or what? No, but for real. We don't have the full footage, but we have heard things from Michael Todd, who's apparently seen the full footage, that Devon's looking pretty good. Like, he looks good against Prudnik. Of course, then we also hear things like he's a paid actor. You know, he's sandbagging. Of course, Evgeny says that he's heard that, you know, Devon is still strong. The problem is we don't know who told him that. Was it Evgeny himself? Or was it Chance Saw, who was there when they practiced? We don't know. Recently, Evgeny interviewed Prudnik, and Prudnik said he's going to show Devon the difference between training and a real match. So there could be a high chance that Prudnik wasn't going all out when they were practicing. And if Prudnik uses that speed on Devon, he might be able to pin Devon before Devon can stop him in a King's move. Especially if he legitimately has the strength of Dave Chafee. Well, that might not make that much of a difference, though. Realistically, if this is the strongest Devon minus the Levon match, then he probably still catches that attack and he bleeds him out. So, if I were to give my final prediction, I'm going to say the same thing Levon said in regards to Dave Chafee versus Hermes Gasparini, which is, my mind says Devon, but my heart says Prudnik. I know, it's weird. It's weird. Because I want my heart to say Devon. I do. It's just that every single poll I've seen online is saying Devon's going to win by a landslide. And I don't know why, but I have this feeling that because of that, Prudnik's just going to surprise everybody. And it's going to be some weird, fucked up, sick dream. No offense, Prudnik. Love you. I just love Devon more. But let me know what y'all think. I legitimately want to know what y'all think. This is going to be an awesome match. I am going to buy the pay-per-view. And once the match is over, I'm going to give my thoughts on it. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. I hope it's amazing. Yeah, that's all I got, guys. Peace out. Hold the fuck on! We're forgetting the fact that Prudnik has a secret form. Evgeny Prudnik. If he shows up painted in blue, no one can stop this godlike man. Not even Levon, in his most powerful form, the Georgian Hulk form, can stop him. Look how easily Evgeny Prudnik pins him. I'm sorry, Devon, but you're finished. No one can stop this genie.